Hello and welcome to the review. Pakistan ending this tournament on a winning note. Fantastic performance by them. Shaheen Shah Afridi was the star of the match today. I'll be joined shortly by Rameez Raja and Athar Ali Khan. Well, that was the man of the moment, Shaheen Shah Afridi, with his Yorkers. I mean, he's been quite superb when you look at his performance. And it's a weird feeling for Pakistan as well, because they seem to have won their last 4 matches. And of course, they're not through into the next stage. But Shaheen Shah Afridi, I mean, how special was he today? This is how things fared out for Pakistan. Of course, they made 315. Imam-ul-Haq with 100. Babar Azam also making that 96, fell 4 short of his 100 over there. Bangladesh being rolled out for 221 thanks to Shaheen Shah Afridi, who picked up 6 wickets. Shadab also chipping in with 2. In the end, Pakistan won the match by 94 runs. Yeah, it's a strange feeling for Pakistan fans, Rameez, because like I said, they've won the last 4 games, yet they lose out on the net run rate.
That's right. I mean, there's no dead rubber kind of feeling for Pakistani fans and for Pakistan team, which was great in a way, because they could have easily been switched off because they didn't see them traveling forward into this competition. But credit to Pakistan for maintaining focus. And it's just very unfortunate that when they were looking so good, kind of invincible, they couldn't qualify and move forward in this competition. But they've got to learn from their mistakes and got to learn the value of playing every game as if it's the last game. You can't take things for granted. One bad loss against West Indies have hit them so badly that they've not really been able to recover regarding that net run rate situation. But we've certainly found new stars. Babar Azam, Shaheen Shah Afridi, Imam-ul-Haq has batted well as an opener. We'll miss few as well. I think time to retire. Shoaib Malik, Mohammad Hafiz, let them go. Enjoy life elsewhere.
Athar, of course, Bangladesh has had a great tournament in the sense they fought really well. Today, where do you think they were lacking today?
I think the batting let them down. I mean, if you look at how they started, especially in the first 10 overs, they restricted Pakistan not to score too many. But they failed to pick up wickets early on. And if you fail to pick up wickets, then in the end, some other team manages to cross over 300. And once the team crosses over 300, it always gets difficult. It has been a fantastic tournament, no question about that for Bangladesh. Perhaps the batting has been outstanding, but not today. I think that has been a disappointing aspect, because Shakib Al Hasan, 6 runs in the tournament, has been outstanding with the bat, but he needed support from the others, which didn't happen.
And of course, it's also been difficult chasing in the tournament. You know, the runs on the board, scoreboard pressure, so many other things. But Shaheen Shah Afridi, Rameez, he's been the star for Pakistan today.
Yeah, I mean, I like what I see from Shaheen Shah Afridi, because he's got this ability to surprise the batsmen with change of pace, befuddle Tamim Iqbal and some of the very best, including Shakib. And I think that was game, set and match for Pakistan when he got that outside edge. And then the Yorker at pace, and then variations, and then control and discipline. And to do it all here at Lords is something very, very special.
No, definitely. And of course, we've spoken about how, you know, his performance has changed in the latter half of the tournament, the way he started and the way he's ended. But one guy whose performance has been consistent is Shakib Al Hasan. I mean, he's just been superb, Athar.
It's been just a wonderful, wonderful tournament for him. He's been the superstar of the tournament. If you look at the way he batted, the way he bowled, even the way he fielded. But what was impressive from him, as far as I'm concerned, is batting at number 3 position and is scoring that many runs. It's just an incredible performance from Shakib Al Hasan. Couple of hundreds, 5, 6 or maybe 750s there for him. And to go in and bat under pressure. Remember that chase against West Indies when he got 120 odd, chasing 321 with 51 balls to spare. I thought he was brilliant. And if you look at his figures, 606 runs and an average of almost 90 with a very good strike rate, just shows how powerful he has been. He showed a lot of character and is a class above a lot.
And he takes wickets.
Oh yes, don't forget that too.
I mean, he's a complete package all round. But speaking about Pakistan's positives in the tournament, Babar Azam, again, one other guy who's been spot on with his performance. He was 4 short of scoring a century, but he scored a century in the previous one as well. How important is it for him, Rameez, to be converting his starts into hundreds?
Very important for a side that doesn't boast of a lot of batting talent. He's got to do it alone, all by himself. And so once he gets the start, it's so imperative, so important for him to then really go for the kill, and the ability to create shots out of difficult balls. That is where he's so good and so easy on the eye, and picture perfect when he's driving the ball. And he had a great tournament as well. So one of the brighter spots for Pakistan with the bat, clearly Babar Azam.
Well, another bright spot for Pakistan was Imamul Haq. We really needed a century from him in this tournament. Haven't seen that so far. But today, he proved what kind of stability he can add at the top order.
I think what I like about Imam today was he was very watchful in the first 10 overs, knowing that the ball was doing a bit. And it's always important for a batsman to understand if he can survive the early spell from the new ball bowlers, then you need to make sure that once you get set, you got to convert it. And I thought he did that really nicely. He looks a very good talent. Left-hander always look very elegant. But then again, if you survive the early onslaught from the bowlers, even if you convert those starts into big one, then you're a special player.
Well, yeah, we've spoken about Shakib, also spoken about generally how Bangladesh has performed. Mustafizur Rahman, I mean, him taking 5 wickets today, he's been integral. He's been the leader of the attack for Bangladesh.
He has been, and don't forget that he was going through an injury period where everybody was thinking what he's going to do in this World Cup. He has not picked up wickets in the first spell. What he has done in this tournament, coming back in the second and third spells and picking up wickets is regular. He took a 5-for today. He took a 5-for against India in the last match. And if you have someone like Mustafizur Rahman to come and bowl in the death and pick wickets at regular intervals, that is a big boost for Bangladesh, because I thought Bangladesh missed the services of seamers, especially in the first 10 overs or so, because he's hardly got any breakthroughs. But Mustafiz was at his best. I think he's back to his best. He's bowling with a lot of pace, and also the cutters bowling at the right areas to ensure that he picks up wickets at regular. 20 wickets, that is no mean achievement here.
I know that you've spoken about Saifuddin and how he's been brilliant with his Yorkers.
Yeah.
Again, he showed that today as well by getting a wicket with that kind of, that kind of delivery. It's never easy to execute, is it?
That's right, because you're inches away from getting a full toss done instead of a Yorker link. But he's got a lot of talent and ability. I saw a bit of him against India. He's a big hitter. He's got great temperament, and then he can deliver that length as well. So I give him another 2 or 3 years. He's only 22 years old, and he'll mature into a match winner for Bangladesh.
You look at Bangladesh's overall performance. Athar, do you think there's missing a pacer in their squad, or what do you think is lacking in terms of combination?
Yeah, I think it is the seamers. I mean, you've got to produce someone by the pair. I mean, if you look at someone like Taskin Ahmad, who missed out an opportunity to play for Bangladesh, I think it's one of the quickest bowler who was not selected. And probably because of the fact he got injured in the last game in one of the BPL finals, he was picked up for a tour in Ireland, but did not made it to the World Cup squad. I think that area has to have few more bowlers. We have Khalid Ahmed, we have Abu Jahid, but I think if you can bring in seamers who can bowl with good pace, will certainly be a good for Bangladesh, because you know that in these conditions, pace bowlers have done really well. You look at Mitchell Stark and look at the others, Jofra Archer, you look at Mustafizur Rahman. So you've got to have enough armory in the top 1 or 2 when it comes into bowl with the new ball, especially with the new ball. And I think Bangladesh will have to readdress that area and produce and start giving more opportunities for youngsters, someone like Taskin, to play.
Well, both the teams were lacking in several departments, which is why they haven't really gone through. And this is how things stand at the moment. The top 4, Australia, India, England and New Zealand into the semi-finals. And Pakistan with the same amount of points as New Zealand, missing out due to that net run rate. But of course, couple of big games tomorrow as well. The tournament goes on, and we've got all the live action coming for you. India versus Sri Lanka. It's live from Headingley at Leeds. And then, of course, more games. Australia versus South Africa as well from Old Trafford, Manchester. Final thoughts, Rameez, if you had to sum up Pakistan's tournament, what would you say?
I'd rather look at what Pakistan need to do after this World Cup. because that loss against West Indies have bitten them back quite badly. So one massive loss they could never recover in regard to the net run rate. I just mentioned that. But time for introspection, course correction maybe. Pakistan need to know how they want to be placed amongst the best in the circuit. They've got to find the flair, they've got to find new talent, they've got to take chances, make this a saleable brand. We know that there's immense talent and ability in some of the younger players, but they need to find that winning environment, and they need to find it quickly. It's about tinkering with the system. It's about backing talent. Once you locate talent, then you've got to back it. It's about playing for the fans. I think it is so sad that we give a begging bowl to the fans, making them pray for India to beat England or for New Zealand to beat England. That's so unfair on the fans, because they need a team that they can depend upon. And I think Pakistan need to look like that.
Right,
and find a way to be more consistent.
More consistency is what Pakistan should be taking out of this tournament. What about Bangladesh?
I think I spoke about the seam attack. Probably you look into that area, but also looking at the top order, you look at the likes of Tamim Iqbal, who had a wonderful time with the bat in the past, especially in these conditions. So he'll be hugely disappointed not to convert those starts. And someone like Shumo Sharkar. So they've had a lot of starts, but it's just a stopgap start kind of stuff. They could not convert those starts into a big one. I think that area needs to be addressed also, because once you get a good start in, once you have an opener getting into the 30s and 40s, you've got to see one of them getting 100 over. Only Shakib Al Hasan, and to some extent maybe Mushfiqur Rahim did his part with the bat. But once you get in top 3 or 4, once you get the start, you've got to convert those starts into a big one. Otherwise, your team suffers. Batting has been good generally, but at the top 2, Tamim and Shumo, was a bit of a disappointment.
All right. Thank you so much for your thoughts, gentlemen. Once again, you can write to us at ICC. We love to hear your feedback on YouTube, Facebook, pretty much everywhere. Hope you guys enjoyed this show, and we'll join you for the next one.
There is a kind of 1 in a million chance for Pakistan.
Well, it is very special. It's home of cricket. We need to play aggressive cricket to win this match.
You should call me before I go.
We want to finish on a high note. Really enjoy this tournament.
Don't think I don't.
Dare I ask him, what are you going to do?
And we will back first today.
You should call me before I go.
And Bangladesh should strike. Bangladesh feeling needs to come to the party. And the decision will stand. Writes himself into the world's history book.
Another one for the Fizz, 5 for against India, now 5 for against Pakistan.
What a good catch.